It's no accident that you wake up between 3 and 5 at night. The eminent monk points out that the gate of heaven has been opened. Your soul is warning you in 3 ways. Have you ever been at a certain hour of the night, waking up without warning? I was at a loss. It's hard to sleep, especially between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. That's what the ancients called reciting poetry, this silence. The moment when yin and yang alternate between heaven and earth. You might think it's just an occasional insomnia or day work. But the emperor's internal scriptures have clouds and ruins. Recite poetry as poetry. Taoists also call this time the Marquis of heaven and earth. It is the keynote of turning from yin to yang in the middle of the sky. Ordinary people are as abandoned as water at this time. Adapt to the times. If you always wake up at this moment, maybe it's no accident. The legendary monk with great wisdom. You can see through this fog. They say, this may be your door to heaven has been quietly opened. Your soul, in a way you haven't yet noticed, to give you an urgent warning. Shuofang City, an ancient city standing in the sandstorm of Beijing. The people in the city know. Guangkeng's Kangli Road, Yuanzhou, a rare, honest man. He is upright, not greedy. The accounts in hand are always clear. Cleaner than the starry sky beyond the wall. But such a good person. In the past 6 months, marketing that was tortured by a strange thing. Encourage differences between the two. It doesn't hurt. But it's more grueling than any stubborn disease. No matter how early you go to bed every night. As long as the hour reaches 3/4 of the silver hour, Lu Yuanzhou will open his eyes on time. Not awakened by a nightmare. I wasn't woken up by any noise. Just so abruptly. Wake up for no reason. He woke up with chills all over. My heart is blocked by a big rock. An inexplicable panic and sadness. Drown it like a tide. The moonlight outside the window is like frost. The wind blows the sand, tapping the curtains. Make a whining sound, like the cry of a lonely soul. He lay in a cold blanket, eyes wide open, looking at the dark beams, until the sky turns white. That unspeakable suffocation will slowly fade away. At first, he just thinks that the captain is weak in ki and blood at his age. His wife Liu felt sorry for him. I called in all the doctors in the city. What soothing soup! A prescription for replenishing ki. The residue of the drink is almost piled up into a hill. But no improvement. Gradually, Lu Yuanzhou's body collapsed. In the official warehouse during the day, he's always in a trance. Ledger in hand. His eyes are fixed in a daze. I almost went wrong several times. The way the copper beams looked at him, it's gone from compassion to alienation. They talk about it in private. Did Lu Kangli fall into some evil sin? On this day, Lu Yuanzhou had another sleepless night. In the morning he had 2 huge dark circles under his eyes. Support the spirit to watch the warehouse and get some hair. His boss Wang is gradually a meticulous person. See him like this. His brow immediately twisted into a pimple. Yuanzhou, what's wrong with you recently? The grain in this official warehouse is a major event for the military and the state. There's no room for sloppiness. Lu Yuanzhou's heart leader. He hurriedly bowed to the main department. and it was the lower official who taught the master a lesson. Xiguan just has some flowers recently. After saying that, the royal department waved their hands, just sighed. You are also old. Just know what you want. There's a batch of military rations leaving the warehouse today. You watch it yourself. Make no mistake. It's my Lord Lu Yuanzhou who has a 12-point spirit. Got the order. Turned and walked to the granary. However, chronic sleep deprivation. It has already turned his brain into a mess. He has the documents out of the warehouse in his hand. It turned black in front of me. I remembered the thing that seemed to be there again. In a trance. He seemed to see a thin, shabby shadow of the commoner flash through mountains of grain bags. The shadow looked like a child of 7 or 8. Lu Yuanzhou was shocked. Wake up suddenly. He made a deposit to see. The bottom of the granary is empty. Only the patrolling Tintin walks in the distance. Where is the shadow of a child? Must be dazzled. He shook his head. Self-deprecating smile. Keep checking the numbers on the paperwork. But the moment he bowed his head, the familiar, the suffocating sadness welled up again. He seemed to hear an extremely faint sound. With a cry. The voice is ethereal, but it clearly got into his ears, Dad. I'm so cold. Lu Yuanzhou is smart all over. The brush in his hand fell to the ground with a snap. Moji splashed Manjushri wet. He was too busy to look around. But there was a howling wind around. Nothing else. Yuanzhou, Lu Yuanzhou. What do you send? I don't know when the king's main department came over. See the document defaced with ink. His face turned livid. What did you do? This is the document to be reported to the Ministry of War. Only then did Lu Yuanzhou come back to his senses. Look at the ink on the document. Pale face. Lord Nanru Dao. I think I just heard it. Did you hear the ghost call? The king is not angry or hateful. I think you are stunned. Someone take Lu Yuanzhou down. Let him go home and wake up. This rations. I'll do it myself. I was sent out of the official warehouse by 2 penises, half a piece and half price. Lu Yuanzhou walking down the streets of Shuofang City. People come and go around, cheering and laughter. But it all seems to be cut off from him. The only thing left in his mind is the sad father. I'm so cold. And the fleeting child's back. He knew it wasn't a hallucination. The sadness from the bottom of my heart is so real. As if he were himself. Part of the body. Is he really being stopped by something? The net thing is tangled. Go home. Willow saw her husband like this. The tears came down. He helped Lu Yuanzhou sit down. Choked Roadmaster. What the hell is wrong with you? Go on like this. People are going to be useless. Lu Yuanzhou looked at his haggard wife. A pain in my heart. Just let out a sigh. What happened in the official warehouse today? Say it exactly. Lu Shi finished listening. His face turned pale. He was silent for a long time, like making a decision. Grit your teeth. We've seen all the doctors in the city. Since sometimes there is no support, we might as well ask for another way. Lu Yuanzhou was stunned. What way? There's a run-down ancient temple in the west of the city. It's called Guanyin Temple. There was only one elderly sweeping monk inside. I heard from my neighbor, Aunt Zhang, that the old monk has some Taoism. Why don't we ask? Lu Shi's voice was trembling. So far, Lu Yuanzhou really had no other way. Only a dead horse can be a living horse, doctor. And he kind of nods his head. Okay. There we go. Guanyin Temple is as dilapidated as Lu said. Most of the courtyard wall collapsed. The yard is overgrown with weeds. There's only one path that has been stepped on. Tangshifang Hall. The door of the hall was open. It's dim inside. I can vaguely see Guanyin is missing half of his arm, like a skeleton. The old monk with white hair, holding a battered broom, sweeping the fallen leaves on the ground. He sweeps slowly and attentively, as if this time only he and the fallen leaves are left. Lu Yuanzhou and Lu Shi stood at the door. I didn't dare to disturb for a while. After a long time, the old monk stopped. Slowly turn around. A pair of cloudy eyes looked at them. 2 donors. What came? His voice was hoarse and old. Lu Yuanzhou took a step forward respectfully. Salute. Drag your own strange disease out of the river. The old monk listened quietly. The expression on his face didn't change at all. As if listening to stories that have nothing to do with you. Until Lu Yuanzhou finished speaking. He often sighs. The benefactor regarded this disease as neither a disease nor an evil sin. Lu Yuanzhou's heart moved. Hastily asked what that was. The old monk raised his head, looking at the gray sky. The time to speak slowly is when the gate of heaven first opens. Alternation of yin and yang. Everything is silent. Ordinary people's qi and blood belong to the lungs at this time. When you sleep, and you just woke up right now. Sadness. It's because your soul is reaching out to you. Lu Yuanzhou and Lu Shi were both stunned. Yes, the old monk nodded. Your soul perceived a certain interest in you. The night is approaching. He's waking you up this way. Remind you, Master the Li. I asked myself to be honest all my life. Never done anything wrong. He lay the Li. Lu Yuanzhou eagerly defended. The old monk shook his head. Causal cycle. Not forever. Some debt. Perhaps it has long been forgotten by you in the dust of the years. But he never disappeared. He looked at Lu Yuanzhou's anxious face. A glimmer of pity flashed in cloudy eyes. Lao Nadao is shallow. Can't see the cause and effect of your donor clearly. But the old monk changed his style. Point north. There's a cold mountain 300 miles north of this place. There is a Hanshin temple in the mountains. There is a Zen master dustless in the temple who is an eminent monk. He might be able to give you some pointers. Hanshin temple dustless Zen master Lu Yuanzhou muttered to himself. Go, the old monk said and stopped talking. Turn around and continue to sweep the ground. As if nothing just happened. Lu Yuanzhou and Lu's face to face. Although there are still thousands of doubts in my heart, but the old monk's words are like a beacon. A ray of hope lit up in their hearts. Go home. Lu Yuanzhou took a long vacation to the royal ministry. The king's main department wanted to have an attack, but seeing Lu Yuanzhou's almost collapsed body. After all, it's soft-hearted, and he sighed, waved to the frame. Lu Yuanzhou is grateful. I know if I can't get rid of this demon, I'm afraid I can't keep this old errand. He simply packed his bags. Farewell to the wife who told me so much. Alone on the road to the mountains. To the north of Shuofang City are endless barren mountains. The road is rough, sparsely populated. Only the cold wind howls all day long. Roll up the yellow sand. Lu Yuanzhou Shen was walking on the mountain road with one foot in front. The wind and sand hit his face like a knife. He grew up in the city. Have you ever received this pain? A few days down, blisters formed on the soles of his feet, chapped lips. The whole person has lost weight. But here's the weird thing: physical exhaustion. Instead, it made his spirit a little better. Just every time it sings, he will still wake up on time. In this wilderness, it was dead silent. The sadness and fear from the bottom of my heart. It gets stronger. He often sits alone on a cold stone, looking at the dying moon, until dawn. This evening, he came to a ruined mountain temple. I want to rest for the night again. Just entered the temple. He saw a family of 3 sitting in the corner. It was a young couple. There was also a boy who looked like he was only 6 or 7 years old. All 3 are yellow-faced and thin. Clothes like an escape. The boy lay in his mother's arms, face red, shortness of breath, obviously very sick. The child's mother wept, kissing the child's forehead with chapped lips. He kept mumbling to himself, "Can't you be okay?" The father sat by. Eyes are dull, a face of despair. Lu Yuanzhu's heart is also soft. He remembered the sound of father he heard in the official warehouse. Reminds me of that skinny back. And he steps forward. From my own baggage that I don't have much, I took out a few pieces of dry food and a small bag of broken silver. Big brother and sister-in-law, I see the child is very sick. Take this silver. Hurry down the mountain and find a lanzhong. The couple was startled when they saw Lu Yuanzhou. To see what's in his hands, the man fell to his knees with a plop. Benefactor, are you really a great benefactor to our family? Lu Yuanzhou quickly helped him up. Get up, get up. Everyone has difficulties when they go out. Save lives. Take the kids. The couple are grateful. Went down the mountain overnight with the children. In an empty mountain temple. Only Lu Yuanzhou is left. He leaned against the cold wall, chew on the last piece of dry food. I felt an unprecedented bottleneck in my heart. Maybe it's walking too much during the day, or do a good deed and feel at ease this night. He slept very deeply. However, when it came to the 3/4 of the time, that familiar force, or dragged him out of the submerged water. He opened his eyes abruptly. My heart is still the familiar dullness and sadness. But this time it's different. He seemed to hear the child's cry again. But no longer an ethereal call, but a clear and piercing wail. At the same time, a piercing meaning rose from the soles of his feet, instantly spread throughout the body. He subconsciously looked down. I only see my own feet. I don't know when. It was covered with a thin layer of white frost. In this ruined temple, despite the cold wind, but not frost. Lu Yuanzhou caused Mandy to jump up from the ground. Stomp your feet hard. That layer of frost is extremely strange. No matter how much he stomps his feet, he can't get away. It's getting thicker. The chill crept up his ankles. There was a great fear in his heart. Rolling and climbing out of the mountain temple. Running towards the top of the mountain without looking back. He didn't know how long he had been running. Until dawn. The chill gradually faded. The frost on my feet also disappeared without a trace. Lu Yuanzhou sat on the ground, panting heavily, soaked in cold sweat. He looked down at his feet. Skin is intact, as if everything last night was just a nightmare. But he did. It wasn't a dream. The piercing meaning, that weird frost really happened. Dustless Zen Master, Hanshin Temple. This was the only thought left in Lu Yuanzhou's mind. He got up. Ignite the direction. Keep walking north. Experience the terrifying night of the mountain temple. Lu Yuanzhou no longer had any distractions in his heart. Only one goal. That is to find Hanshin Temple. Find Dustless Zen Master. Gone for another 2 days, he finally saw one from a distance. Mountain surrounded by clouds. The mountain wasn't too high, but the rocks are strange, like a reclining Buddha lying quietly between heaven and earth. At the foot of the mountain stands a stone tablet. It is engraved with 2 large characters Hanshin. Lu Yuanzhou's spirit was refreshed. He quickened his pace. To the top of the mountain. It's a path from Bluestone to Putrajaya. Winding. Hidden in the thick pine forest. The stone steps are covered with moss. Apparently no one has cleaned it for a long time. The further up you go, the thicker the fog. It's quiet. Only his own footsteps and gasps could be heard. When he finally reached the top of the mountain, a quaint temple appears in front of you. The temple is not big. The courtyard wall is mottled. A black wooden plaque hangs on the mountain gate. 3 words of Hanshin Temple in Changshu, unlike the dilapidated Guanyan Temple. Although it is old, but everywhere there is a clear gold and solemn habitat. Lu Yuanzhou tidied up his clothes. With a nervous mood, he walked into the mountain gate courtyard. An old monk in a gray robe. Her back was facing him, holding a big broom, cleaning the courtyard one by one. He's not moving fast, but very rhythmic. Every broom goes down. It seems to be able to sweep away the dust in people's hearts. Lu Yuanzhou dared not disturb him, just stand by quietly. For a long time, the old monk swept the last fallen leaf, then slowly turned around. He looks about 60 years old. Thin face, double eyes, serene manner. It is Lu Yuanzhou, the dustless Zen master searching for in his dreams. Donor came from afar. After hard work, Zen master Dustless did not open his eyes. The voice sounded peacefully. Lu Yuanzhou was shocked and saluted. Late-born Lu Yuanzhou meets Zen Master Dustless. Late life is haunted by strange things. Trey asks the Zen Master for advice. I hope the Zen Master is merciful. Guide the maze. After saying that, he woke up his silver jewelry. Guan Kang Tattoo, a series of strange things such as Mountain Temple Jade Double. Say it one by one. Master Wu Chen listened quietly. There was no expression on Furui's face. Until Lu Yuanzhou finished speaking, he slowly opened his eyes. What kind of eyes are those? Clear and deep. It seems to be able to penetrate all the falsehood in the world, see through the deepest secrets of the human heart. Watched by these eyes, Lu Yuanzhou only felt that all his thoughts, all the past is hidden. Donor, this is not a disease. It's not medullary infestation. Master Wu Chen spoke up. Not loud, but the words are clear, as if with a strange power. Instantly calmed the anxiety in Lu Yuanzhou's heart. This is your door to heaven has opened. Hear this sentence. Lu Yuanzhou was shocked. This is the same as what the old monk of the ancient temple in the west of the city said. Why did the Zen Master open the gates of heaven? He asked eagerly. The golden rooster does not sing when it sings. The tiger is not up. The intersection of yin and yang between heaven and earth. It's a one-day meal. Also the end of the day. Zen Master Dustless said slowly. At this time, the human soul is the clearest. Also the most vulnerable. If there is an unfinished unsolved obsession, the soul will be restless. Crashing into the sky gate will wake you up. What you see is welcome. Heard the cry. Feel the meaning. It's all a reflection in the depths of your soul. He didn't mean to hurt you. I'm saving you. Save me. Lu Yuanzhou is even more confused. Not bad, Zen Master Dustless nodded. He is urging you to find the forgotten cause and effect. When to close that dusty cone. Otherwise you will be stuck at night. You won't just be up at night. But the soul is exhausted. Catastrophe. Catastrophe is imminent. These 4 words are like a heavy hammer. It smashed hard on Lu Yuanzhou's heart. He fell to his knees with a plop. The voice is crying. Zen Master Compassion, ask the Zen Master to save me. What cause and effect did late life forget? Zen Master Dustless shook his head. Cause and effect must be found. The maze has to be crossed by yourself. If the old man is directly broken, it's a leak. It's no good for you or me. Looking at Lu Yuanzhou's expression of despair, the Zen Master sighed, pointing to an ancient well in the temple's backyard. So be it from today. Before the daily diet, you all go to that well to draw a bucket of water. Wipe up all the bluestone slabs in this yard. Remember to draw water with no distractions in mind. Only view well water. Shuyingshan last month. When you can get from the well, when you see what you want to see in the water. Come find me again. After saying that, Zen Master Dustless closed his eyes, hands together. Begin to recite the kiss silently. Ignore Lu Yuanzhou anymore. Although Lu Yuanzhou was puzzled, but I also know that this is the Zen Master enlightening himself. Dare not go against. He respectfully kowtowed 3 times. Get up and walk to the backyard. It was a deep ancient well. The wellhead is ground to a smooth surface. The well water is crystal clear, reflecting the clouds and shadows of the sky. From then on, Lu Yuanzhou lived in Hanshan Temple. Every day before dawn, he got up and carried the barrel. Come to Wang Yu well. At first he was anxious. I just want to see the answer quickly in the well water. But the more calm the well water is. Except for his own haggard reflection. Can't see anything. Chant every night. He will still wake up on time. Sadness and fear go hand in hand. But his urgent teachings of the Zen master, when I wake up, I stop tossing and turning. They sit still. Then get up and go to the well to draw water. Day after day, Lu Yuanzhou's heart, in this repetitive labor and peaceful waiting, gradually calmed down. He stopped thinking about cause and effect. What night calendar? Just focus on every draw. Every time you wipe. The clear well water, as if it could wash away the impatience in his heart. Unknowingly, a month has passed. This night it's time to eat again. Lu Yuanzhou opened his eyes. This time there was no fear in his heart. Only an empty silence. He came to the well as usual. Sink the barrel into the well. As he slowly lifted the bucket and looked towards the wellhead. And he froze. The reflection in the well is no longer the moon in the sky. It was no longer his face. The water is like a mirror. A clear picture is reflected. Images he has never seen. In the picture is a young man much younger than him. His eyebrows and eyes are 7 points, similar to his. The young man knelt before a waffle man. What do you promise? Then the screen turns. A yellow-faced and thin little boy, holding a wave drum. The tangent is hiding behind the door, eyes full of tears. That rattle. Lu Yuanzhou heard a bang in his head, like something exploded. One was buried by him for over 20 years, a picture locked at the bottom of memory. The reckless appeared in front of him. That was when he was young, in order to seek a position in the official warehouse, perjured for someone once. He testified that the family was destroyed because of it. The master was wrongfully imprisoned, only a young son holding a wave drum. Missing. He always thought he had forgotten about it. Convincing yourself. Bury that guilt deep. But he forgot his soul. But never forget. The little boy in the well. Not the official, the shadow that flashed by in the warehouse. The sad father. The piercing meaning. It turns out that the root of everything is here. Ah! Lu Yuanzhou let out an extremely painful roar. The barrel in his hand fell into the well with a bang. Huge splash. He remembered. He remembered it all. He rolled and crawled towards dustless Zen master's meditation room. Beating frantically on the door. Zen master opens the door. Zen master, I remember now. I remember now. The door opened with a bang. Dustless Zen master holding oil lamp. Look at him calmly, as if he had been expected to come back. The Zen master is me. I killed their family. Made me guilty. Lu Yuanzhou knelt on the ground, sobbing. Put that unbearable past. I cried one by one. Wu Chenshin finished listening. and I lifted him up with a sigh. Cause and effect have reincarnation. The debt must be paid. You can wake up now. It's not too late. Diet Trenmen open. The soul comes. He didn't mean to hurt you. I'm saving you. Give you a chance to make amends. Lu Yuanzhou was shocked. Raise your teary eyes and ask eagerly, dare to ask the Zen master. You said before that my soul warned me in 3 ways. Urge me to end the night in 3 ways. Dustless Zen master looked at him. His expression became extremely solemn, as if declaring some kind of law between heaven and earth. He stretched out a finger. Slowly talk about this first type called the horror curse. It is to wake you up in the diet. Sadness. This is a police matter. Tell you that your soul is restless. Something big is coming. Lu Yuanzhu's heart reached his throat. What about the second one? The second. Zen Master Dustless's eyes became deeper. The frost donkey. You have experienced firsthand in the mountain temple. When your yang energy decays due to restlessness, yin qi will take advantage of the void, born from the solace of the feet. This is to urge, tell you time is running out. Yang shu is damaged. Lu Yuanzhou only felt a chill rising from his back. He asked, trembling, what about the third most dangerous type? What is the third type of early warning? Zen Master Dustless looked at him for a long time without speaking. Finally, he said word by word. And the third one is called modesty. The voice of Zen Master Dustless is like Zhongqin in the mountains, echoing in the mist of the courtyard. When the soul calls, when it is not discovered and ended in time, he will turn into an invisible leash. Involve your sheep god. Make your pair body aggressive when eating. Or get lost on the edge of a nightmare, or fainting. If you don't realize, there will be sheep hands digging wells. Lu Yuanzhou felt cold all over. I want to be grabbed by a big hand. My heart feels like it's being crushed by a heavy stone again. The Night Mountain Temple instantly appeared in his mind. The scene of frost climbing up the ankle and the alarm bell. The helpless tears of children. If it weren't for Dustless Zen Master's timely initiation, he may still be in daily shock and fear. Deeper and deeper, until cloud life. So how do I end it? He choked up and asked. There was remorse and fear in his voice. I was a hypocrite, killing people. But the family has been exiled. The child is also missing. Now I have woken up. But how can we repay this debt? Dustless Zen Master Hejiang said lightly. Retribution is not a simple punishment. It's a path to suicide. You have to do more than admit it. It's about stepping out of your comfort zone. Use actions to repair the marriage that you have lost. Look for signs of marriage. If they survive, make up for it yourself. Ruoi King, you find a safe place for them. Beyond burial, monument prayer, dissolve the essence for them. Lu Yuanzhu's tears could no longer be stopped. He knew it was punishment, and the only way to salvation. The next day it was light. He knelt down and thanked the Zen Master. He hurried down the mountain, run towards the county roads and towns that originated that year. It's been a hard road. Not only because of the distance in the field, more because of the heaviness in his heart. He had to ask the family in Bayuan back then. Gotta dig up old case files. And the humiliation of humiliation. Explain the truth to the government and the parties involved. After returning to Shuofang City, Lu Yuanzhou didn't go home first. He went to the Immortal Cliff first, found the safety of the trial that year. The case file has long been yellow, scribble. But in those dry pages, still records his handwriting and words from that year. He placed his hand on the file. Memories are like being cut open by successive generations. The pain made him faint. But he is willing to suffer all this pain, as long as I can do it for that violent child. Get justice. Lu Yuanzhou found the county magistrate of that year, begging him for the soul of the dead. Tell the truth. His confession shocked the Yamen, a man who used to be upright, admitting guilt years later. The government was both angry and shocked. Restarting the case file is not a problem, but when the case passed through the Lantern State Department, and his willingness to return home, the county magistrate decided to review the judgment of that year, send someone to marry the old house of that family, and their relatives to explore. The result of the investigation is like a cold knife. Put it on the heart of Lu Yuanzhou. The owner was guilty of betrayal, and he died shortly afterwards in prison. Wife passed away with hatred. The whereabouts of the young son are unknown. There are rumors that the child was once picked up by a kind-hearted family, but others say he died in the wilderness during his escape. The specific outcome of the child. The truth is confusing. Lu Yuanzhou only felt that his mind was blank. But he knew. Only find the last trace of the child. Only then can we make our souls truly stable. So he started visiting old places. Asked the neighbors to check the old house. Follow every vague clue. During the day, he almost knelt down, begging the old people to speak. At night, he slept in a humble inn, flipping through the case files of the year and thinking about countermeasures. After many days of running, an elderly Jove is caught between crimes. I suddenly remembered a detail. Many years ago, near the National Temple, not far north of Shuofang, there was a pair of refugees, carrying a little boy with a rattle. The couple later passed away, child left unattended, or be picked up by someone else, or be left behind. News not available. But the woodcutter clearly remembers. The bells of the rattle are mutilated. Children often cry for their father at night. That moment, Lu Yuanzhou's heart was hammered by a hammer. He took Joff's hand. Swear to find out. The clues are vague, but enough for him to pursue. He sold his clothes. In exchange for some tolls, I set off alone to the ancient temple. The ancient temple is in ruins. The stone lion in front of the temple broke its mouth. The corner is covered with moss. Lu Yuanzhou rummaged among the ruins. Suddenly, under a collapsed pyre, half of a battered rattle skeleton was found. The familiar shape made him nearly vomit blood. The valley is broken. Grain handle is recooked. But the few visitors in the valley hate others. It's the same object he mentioned in the lawsuit. He trembled and held the wave drum in his palm. Tears pour like a broken river. The wind direction hears the cry. whistling through the broken temple windows. With a silent whine, Lu Yuanzhou suddenly understood. The child has been here before, maybe die here, or abandoned. No matter what the truth is, this object, it is a sin that cannot be erased. Evidence and connection. He has to find a suitable place for it. He looked up at the sky, kowtowed for a long time, sobbing, "Baby, if you have a spirit in heaven, it's my sin to listen to me. I come to rest in peace for you." Then he carefully wrapped Wave Valley. Take it back to Hanshin Temple and ask the Zen Master for guidance. Zen Master Wu Chun saw this. Take out the scriptures, Flute Sound Island. This thing has been called a 1,000-year opportunity. It ends with courtesy. If you can find the Sea of Corpses, Shung Shao Tuk. If not, you can erect a monument and vow to make the world a memorial. There is sustenance in the underworld. Lu Yuanzhou died in the mountains of Han Shan, chose a quiet place. Dig it yourself. I dug up some of the cruelty and contrast covered by the years. Thin, those broken bones are fragmented. But it was enough to make Lu Yuanzhou's tears unstoppable. He felt a terrible sense of guilt. It gets sucked away little by little. Master Wu Chun in the temple did a transcendence ceremony for the wreckage, chanting for 3 days and 3 nights. The bells of Hanshin Temple echo in the valley. It seems that even the mountains have softened a little. After the transition, Lu Yuanzhou erected a monument to the tomb. Inscription compensation. Only write down the wish that Yuling will have no suffering in the next life. He trembled slightly and made up the waves in a few pieces of residue, buried in the ground, and kneel before the monument. Words of repentance. At that moment, he saw the current breeze. It seems to bring back the whispers of children. No resentment. It's peaceful. His heart is like being washed away. The heavy burden is slowly relieved. A few days after returning to Hanshin Temple, the awakening of the diet is slowly diminishing. I still wake up occasionally at first. But his reaction was no longer fear and panic. It's a quiet awareness. Wake up and chant Buddha. Then go to the forgotten well to close the water. Get washroom yard. That mechanical act of repentance. It became a spiritual exercise. But the real test is the last thing that Zen Master Dustless brought up. Talk to the world. Admit fault. Lu Yuanzhou must be in Shuofang City, publicly state the hypocrisy of the year. Apologize to the family of the victim. Request a retrial. And restore the reputations of the traitors. To do this means he will give up his official position, even humiliated. But this is also paying off the debt. Unlock the ultimate link in the Tunmen robbery net. He thought about it for a long time. Finally, on a sunny and warm afternoon, returned to Shuofang City, kneeling in front of the yamen to make a statement. He will tell the story of that year. The inner struggles and repentance are expressed one by one, voice trembling, but nowhere is it real. The crowd in the city grew from initial astonishment and mockery, and there was a long silence. Finally someone whispered. Wang gradually arrived, looking at the past Tungliao. It's a sad look. There are also complex emotions in the eyes. After the government reviews, recruiting for the ordinary victims of that year, and outside the city he put up a small gold and silver medal for the Nai family. Lu Yuanzhou was forced to resign his official position, leaving the bureaucracy that made him famous. But he has no regrets. He turned the little anger he received into poetry to help the poor. Bridge repair. The merits of assisting orphans in their studies. Liu Shi saw that although her husband lost his halo, he regained peace. So I resolutely stayed with him with that simple and true. Real life. They stopped chasing fame and power. It is to share food for the poor in the mountains every day. Do what you can for monastery repairs. Lu Yuanzhu's face gradually faded over the years. But my eyes are as immersed as still water. A few years later, it became a good story in the Shuo equation. There was once an ancient calendar for authority as a later repentance. Organ kindness. Spend the rest of your life making up for mistakes. Finally win people's hearts. People say his change is not in name. It's about kindness. Lu Yuanzhou is doing good deeds day after day. Finally got a real good night's sleep. Eating no longer wakes up. The mountains no longer bring the biting frost. The well water reflects a calm face. One night several years later, Lu Yuanzhou fetched water in the courtyard of Hanshin Temple. Well water reflects moonlight. He's suddenly in the well. See the image of a child. The child smiled innocently. No more old waves in your hands. It was a white windmill. It makes a crisp sound as the breeze in the yard turns. The child waved to him. Innocent, like talking about Dad. But the word father is no longer condemnation and hatred, but relief and blessing. Lu Yuanzhou knelt down, tears streaming down my face. The burden at the bottom of my heart completely collapsed and became the foundation, turned into a gentle relief. Zen Master Wukan saw his return. A faint smile is a warning. Heaven's gate must be the end of fate. Donor skills are never available. You can be safe today. Give up. He turned again and swept away a fallen leaf in the courtyard. Action as usual. As if everything can be turned into peace in an instant. Lu Yuanzhou lived in Hanshin Temple until he grew old. He is no longer the same. A person who sells his conscience for a job. But a penitent who walks among all beings. And the missing. His sleep returned to normal. No more waking up from eating. In the dead of night, he still will read the child's name in your mind. Pray for him when no one knows. People see him as kind-hearted. Come often to ask for the meaning of life. He always whispered about his past, warning the world why to listen to the night scene. Why not let go of vanity when you look back suddenly? Do something honest. The story goes on. The monks of Hanshin Temple often discuss after the late study. Singing is the gate of heaven. If there is no cause and effect, one should sleep peacefully if there is karma. You need to be vigilant. The 3 warnings of the monk gradually spread among the people. Horror curse contains double strands, although the 3 of them are all the same. Show the scenery to the people of friendship for the soul. Urge its awareness, repentance and relief. Some people practice accordingly. Every time I sing, I wake up and chant Buddha and do good deeds. Some people design early morning prayers for the dead. More people are starting to do good deeds during the day, lest you wake up in the night and suffer endless suffering. If you call this superstition, some people will say, it's just inner remorse and conscience at work. But believe it or not, The story of Lu Yuanzhou offers a clear discrimination. When your heart keeps reminding you in a certain way, don't take it as a coincidence. He may be an unfinished responsibility, untapped debt, or human cracks that should be repaired. Instead of waking up helplessly in the middle of the night, it is better to take the first step bravely during the day. Lu Yuanzhou's later years were calm and fulfilling. On the afternoon of Qingming Festival, he stood side by side with Liu Shi, standing in front of the small monument erected for children. Liu Shi reached out and held his palm. Feel the warmth of the years. Lu Yuanzhou looked at himself whose sadness had been smoothed by the wind and rain. He whispered that if he could have realized it earlier, maybe it wouldn't hurt so much. But now that it's wrong, it will take the rest of your life to repair the loss. Nothing else to say, just smile. Tears in the corners of the eyes, but tears of relief. When the final years come quietly, Lu Yuanzhou was in a simple room in Hanshan Temple. Died peacefully. It is said that he came on the night before his death. He quietly opened his eyes, with a smile. It was as if I saw the child running towards him under the moon. Behind him is a bright light. Some people say that it was the gate of heaven that opened again for him, peace for him. Some people say that was the cause and effect of his finally being trampled on. Little by little, a new marriage is formed. No matter what the rumors are, the bell of Hanshan Temple, it still rings every day in front of the silver jewelry. Remind all beings to sleep peacefully. Remind those who are interested to wake up early. The path between the rat-catching forests is still filled with incense. People stand by the stone tablet in front of the temple, whispering those simple words of repentance. Compensation for mercy. Silverstone bells. A reminder to everyone who wakes up late at night. Don't take waking up as an accident. Your heart sometimes dreams. Knock on the door with cold and pain. When the door opens, please don't be afraid to see the hidden truth behind that door. If cause and effect fail, take action if the resentment persists. Transcend with compassion if your heart lacks integrity. Make up for it with sincerity. In this way, the gate of heaven will close. The soul will be at peace. No matter how deep the night is, you can dream of stability.